Hello friend, I invite you to join me to take the No More Fears challenge, inspired by the No More Tears song by Ozzy Osbourne. Research has shown over the last 2 years that fear and uncertainty have paralyzed many people worldwide. Depression has gone up from 5 to 10% up to 40% in the world's population, and it's also limited people's ability to think clearly. It's actually made many people less smart. And so, I don't want to live that way. I personally have experienced many fears relating to my family in the past year, and I'm done living that way. So nature abhors a vacuum, so it's not enough to remove fear. To remove fear from your life, you need to replace it with something, and I recommend that you replace it with faith and strength. So if you're up to the challenge to join me and how to win in 2022 and beyond, living with no more fears. So here's the steps. Number 1, fill a bathtub with cold water, or you can find a stream or a slow-moving river or pool nearby that you can get into. Number 2, you want to write down 2 to 3 fears, key fears that you've dealt with recently, and then you want to write down underneath of that what you're committed to. Once you've done that, you want to read out your fears out loud and then rip up that paper. After you've stated your new commitments, then you get into the water. The water's going to be cold, you're going to want to get out initially. So you want to visualize what your new commitment is, living in faith and strength, and breathe slowly. And you want to stay in the water for at least 30 to 60 seconds. It helps to tell yourself, I love cold water. Cold water is good for me. And actually, it is very, very good for your health. Once you get out of the water, you want to, by all means, sing it if you want, Ozzy Osbourne style, say No More Fears, and then nominate a few of your friends to join you in taking the No More Fears challenge. Once you're done with that, post it online, social media, tag your friends, and then last but not least, I would encourage you on a daily basis, visualize those new commitments that you're committed to, and do the cold exposure whenever you're finding yourself dealing with fears. It really helps you get back into your body and into the present and out of fears of what something bad that may happen. So instead of whenever you catch yourself feeling fearful, I'd encourage you to do the challenge again and recommit and state verbally what your commitments are. So I'm going to do it right now. I release fears of my kids losing hope for a good life. Number 2, failing to lead well as a husband, father, and businessman. And number 3, the world becoming a fascist communist state. I release fears of all of those 3 things. I now fully embrace, number 1, hope and certainty that I will lead my family and business well as protector and provider. Number 2, I choose peace and joy no matter what challenges I may face. And 3, I take full responsibility for my life and release all elements of victimhood. I stand for love for all, respect, and freedom. So I'm going to rip up the fears I just stated. Now I'm actually going to nominate some people before I get into the water. I wrote them down here as a nice visual reminder. I nominate Early Gainer, Steve Sims, Dave Hodgson, and Carl Schlegel to join me in the No More Fears challenge. All right, so let's do it. I ripped up the fears, threw them in the trash. I got my water. Tell myself I love cold water. It's good for me. Yes. You want to get in the water? Whew. The water quickly. Breathe slowly. Visualize. The one thing I forgot to do is turn on a timer. If you have a timer, set it to 30 seconds. See if you can last longer than that. And visualize the 3 commitments you just made. So for me, it's joy and peace, confidence that I'm a great provider and protector. I release victimhood. I choose full responsibility for my life. Part of the benefits of the visualization is it takes your mind off of what your body's feeling. The breathing slowly calms your muscles that are going into fight or flight when you first get in the water and want to get out. So I've probably been in 45 to 60 seconds at this point, and I'm starting to actually feel comfortable. So by all means, feel free to stay in the water a minute, 2 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. After a while, the water actually will feel comfortable. So just continue to do the visualization and breathe slowly. At this point, I can pretty much breathe regularly because my body's acclimated to the cold water. But if you only make it 15, 30 seconds, that's totally okay. You still made the commitment and you got in the water, you did a visualization, and then you get out. So, you get out. Just say, no more fears. Do the guitar if you want. All right, Carl, Steve, Dave, Early, I look forward to seeing you guys' No More Fears challenge soon. Bless you, friend. Shalom. Go forth and prosper in 2022 and beyond.